Hello, and welcome back to Broerman Farmstead. Well, this is going to be a first for me, and I figured I'd definitely bring you guys along for this. For a little over 10 years I've been farming, and not once have I ever sold my corn. Normally I've always had enough cattle to feed the corn to, and no, this year's going to be that exception. With high cattle prices, I wasn't able to buy as many calves as I normally would have. And with a couple deaths that we had and medical issues, I don't have a whole lot to feed. So I don't need most of this corn. And while it's still cold, I figured it'd be best to go ahead and sell it. I'm afraid if I hold on to this corn much longer throughout the spring, with all the spring rain, that'll start drawing moisture and start ruining it. So I figured that I'd take you guys along today. This is the first for me, shelling this corn out of the crib. If you're new to this channel, this is the first time you're watching, thank you for watching. We do greatly appreciate it. And for those of you who've been here this whole time, thank you as well. Trust me, it doesn't go unnoticed, and I do greatly appreciate you guys viewing and watching me every week. Never thought that I'd be at this point where I have constant people watching, 200 to 300 people every single Sunday, and that does mean a lot to me. So if you're new to the channel, just go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you can get notified every Sunday at 9 in the morning when we release another video. So I figured that the easiest way to shell this corn out of the crib was going to be to use our combine. So I went and dug the 3300 out of the back of the building, got it serviced, and out here, that way we can run the corn into the front of it and have it do all the hard work. I've already got the elevator set up at the edge of the crib. I'm not sure how this is going to go, but I just kind of figured that I'd put the corn into the elevator and run it right into the front of the combine and hopefully not lose too much at the head. But we'll find out here in a little bit and see how well that actually works. Well, I just kind of figured I'd pull the combine up right underneath the elevator pretty close and see how the corn flows into the head. Well, so we'll see how that works. I'm gonna block some tires on the combine and we'll start throwing a couple ears in here and see where they land on that head and see if we got to do any modifications, put a sleeve on it, anything to keep the corn from bouncing out of the head. That should be a pretty good test. Yeah, that might work all right. There we go, all coming out the backside. Well, as you can see, the combine is just about full. So I gotta stop putting corn in it for that, but also another reason. I've had to come back here a couple times to keep raking corn cobs away from it. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop, dump this corn off, and then take all the cobs and husks and put them either right out onto the compost pile or into the dump truck. I'm not sure what you want to do yet. So there, now I can come back with the loader tractor and bucket and scoop all those corn cobs up. And all I gotta do is get something over here to dump this corn into. Also, before we get too much further with doing a bunch more of this corn, probably should go take a sample, get a check for moisture, make sure that we're not well above our limit here. Can't imagine we are, because it wouldn't be keeping it in the crib, but I'd like to know roughly where we're at before I try to start taking this corn into the mill. So I've got our sample dipped out of the grain tank. I'm gonna go down to the neighbors and run it through their moisture tester real quick. Well, news. I just got back from the neighbors. Mark helped me run a sample of this, and we're at 17.4. So probably the best thing to do now would be to throw that corn through the grinder and feed that to the pigs. And see, I'm not buying more cattle right now, not with the current market and prices, but it's probably best to feed the rest of the deer corn out to something. What that something is, got an idea. I don't know how far I want to go with it, but I've got an idea. So I guess we're gonna get a hopper wagon, dump all this corn in a wagon, that way I can put it in my grinder, and probably should swing our auger out so we know where we need to line the hopper wagon up at. So I'll unload this one load out of the combine, and I'll go back and get the grinder and start grinding this corn. Shouldn't take too long to have this combine empty. That grain tank's going down pretty quick now. I want to turn that auger back on for just a little bit just to get that corn out of there. Let's do that. That should be this lever right here. Turn the combine on. Fucker should be cleaned out now. And turn that back off. Go ahead and just put the combine away and bring the 4430 up and grab the grinder and grind that up. I just realized that back there I didn't have my mic on, so hopefully during editing I can fix that for you guys. If not, I do apologize about that. Hopefully you can hear me and understand me. I'll get the old 4430 started up. It shouldn't take very long to get that little bit of corn ground up. We'll get that thorn in the wagon, keep feeding that to the 2 steers in there and the hogs, and that'll be it. Well, there's not a whole lot left in there, but I'm going to have to dump this and grind a little bit more. It's full. So I should probably get this auger spun around. That way we can dump in that wagon in the barn. Perfect. I'm grinding that last little bit of shelled corn out of the wagon. This isn't what I planned to be doing today. I was really hoping to be using my combine to shell corn, take it to the local elevator and sell it, but I'm not. So if you guys have any ideas what I can do with this corn, 17.5% moisture out in that crib right now. Buying more cattle right now is not an option. Not with how the market is and current pricing. So if anybody else has any ideas of what I can do with this corn, what I could buy to feed it to that isn't a cow or cattle, it's very expensive right now, I've got an idea. Let's see what you guys can come up with. Like I said, that wasn't what I planned for today, but that's going to be the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We can do a lot here, but we can't grow this channel without your help. Thank you, and have a good day.